Honey Baked brand.
It's up for Detroit, third inning. The Tigers on top here at Boston, 4-0 over the Red Sox. Incaviglia drew a walk and scored a run in the first inning. Kevin Morton, the Boston left-hander, fires a fastball down to the way, ball one. Three of those 4 runs in the first inning came on a home run by Deere, the other one on a sacrifice by Fryman. Swing and a miss by Incaviglia on a high, hard one. Count even, 1-1. The big, strong right-hand batter digs in again up at the plate. And the pitch swung on, hit the straightaway center field. Lyons backs up and makes the catch on the run toward the warning track. One away. The batter will be Fielder, who singled his first trip. I think we get a lot more bunting than we used to in baseball. We've got Kylan Paredes, for instance, for the Tigers, who like to bunt. Whitaker's learned to bunt pretty well. Babe Gansel, the manager at Selma, the old Sally League, was heckled and criticized in the paper for not bunting. He ordered the first 9 batters in the game to bunt. And you know what happened? All 9 of them reached base. Here's a pitch to Cecil. It is a fastball low, ball one. Cecil is in a home run drought now. He has not had one for 11 games. Here's the windup by Morton, and the pitch. He swings a ground ball wide at third. Cooper dives, comes up with it, throws to first. He got him. A good play by the third baseman. 2 up, 2 down in the Tiger third. Fryman, who knocked in a run with a sacrifice fly to left the first time, will be the batter. Mo Abroy from Flint sending greetings back home to the folks. Had a nice visit with Mo. He has moved up here to Boston, but he's not forgotten his allegiance to the Tigers. 4-0 Detroit in the lead. Here's Fryman with 2 out and nobody on, and Morton fires a fastball in too close. He jammed him, and Travis checked his swing in time. 4 runs, 3 hits for Detroit, no runs, and 1 hit for Boston. We're in the third. Now the motion by Morton, and he fires one in too close. 3-0. Don Ponsetto is here from Waltham, Mass. Used to be in Grand Rapids and Ann Arbor before he married and came up to Boston. Strike called on Fryman, 3-1. Wants to send hello to his folks back in Grand Rapids. Dad used to be a quarterback at the University of Michigan. There's a fastball low to Fryman, and he draws a walk. That'll bring up Rob Deere, who accounted for 3 of those 4 Tiger runs with a home run blast to straightaway center field in the first inning. Two down and a man at first base. Deere has hit 6 home runs now against the Boston pitching. Right-hand batter waiting, and the left-hander fires a curve. It's low, ball one. Deere has 25 home runs to his credit. Kevin Morton fires a fastball in for a strike. 1-1 the count on Rom. Tigers tied the American League single-season strikeout record last night. Another strikeout breaks it. There's a foul fly, hit the left field. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network. And this is WJR Detroit, home of Jimmy Launch, J.P. McCarthy's Focus, and Warren Pierce every midday. If you miss a day, you miss a lot on the leader for Midday News and Entertainment, 760 WJR. Deer digging in, awaiting on a 1-2 delivery by Kevin Morton, and he now steps away from the plate for a moment. Man at first base, 2 down, 4-0 Tigers. And the pitch, he takes strike called, and that breaks the record. The Tigers now have struck out 1,149 times, the new American League team record for strikeouts. Boston bats in the third. Detroit leads 4-0.
Kayline has scored. The fans are streaming on the field, and the Tigers have won their first pennant since 19...
Ernie Harwell, the Tiger voice for 30 years. A tribute brought to you by Michigan's only member-owned not-for-profit financial institutions, credit unions.
I've given a lot less to baseball than it's given to me. And the greatest gift that I've received from baseball is the way that the people in the game have responded to me with their warmth and with their friendship.
Those modest words are part of Ernie's acceptance speech into baseball's Hall of Fame, August 2nd, 1981. That day, Ernie became the first active play-by-play announcer to make it to Cooperstown.
That one is long gone. 51 homers for Cecil.
This tribute to Ernie Harwell has been presented by credit unions and the more than 3.5 million credit union members in Michigan who fondly say, "Thank you, Ernie."
Sponsored by the Credit Union Advertising Council.
If you do not have a will, did you know that the laws of the state and not you will determine who receives your property and in what amounts? Who manages the affairs of your estate? Also, your choice as guardian of your minor children may never be known. Now, for only $12.95 plus shipping, you can make your own will quickly, safely, and legally with the American Will Kit. To order, use your credit card and call now, 1-800-348-5500. Money back if not satisfied. See package for details. Call 1-800-348-5500.
Hockey players at National Sports Center, you'll find names like Bauer, CCM, Cooper, Micron, and more. Get the lowest price at National Sports Center in Windsor. Sticks, skates, protective equipment, all duty-free.
Ernie and Paul on WJR.
Jody Reed will lead off for the Red Sox. The Tigers on top 4-0. Boston coming to bat against Gil Gullickson, who's trying to get his 20th win of the year. Bill has blanked them with a single. He walked a couple of guys. They didn't seem very sharp in the first inning. He walked 2 in that first inning. And he yielded a single to Cooper in the second, and now he goes to work to the third. Right-hander against the right-hander. Jody Reed has done a good job here with the Red Sox. Old right-hand batting infielder. He's a leadoff man. And the pitch on the way takes one high. Not an easy job leading off, especially at the start of the ball game. Everything's brand new. There's a foul in the seats to left field. Eddie Brinkman, you remember, used to lead off for Washington. And the manager at that time was Ted Williams. And Ted told Eddie that many times as he could, he wanted him to go to 3-2 count so he could get a look at a lot of pitches and come back and tell everybody what the pitcher was throwing. Make him use a good bit of his repertoire. Here's a pitch to Jody. Swings. There's a little loop for the center. Here comes Kyler. He's got it on the run. Boy, did he get a jump on that one. That looks like an ordinary single most of the time, and Kyler was playing rather shallow, and he just got a big jump on him. Like that young man improves every time we see him play a game. Here's Lyons at the plate. Nothing a pitcher appreciates any more than a good center fielder. Here's the pitch to Steve, and a pop-up that'll be foul, maybe in play. Here comes Phillips over near the dugout, makes the catch, and they are 2 down. Thing about a good center fielder, he can chase down those drives. It might be doubles and triples. Instead of having a 4 or 5 run inning against you, you just got another out.
He can erase a lot of pitchers' mistakes.
He sure can. Carlos Quintana bounced to the pitcher his only time at bat. Big, strong right-hand hit at the plate. And he takes a strike, a curveball over. 4 runs, 3 hits for Detroit. No runs, 1 hit for Boston. We're in the last half, the third in Boston. Swing and a foul out of play. That'll be to the right of the plate. Opener in Baltimore tomorrow night, Scott Aldred against Mike Mussina. 3-game set there. Fouled away. The fastball, 2 strikes. Tigers lead in the season series 7-5 against the Red Sox. Strike called. He stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox. At the end of 3, Detroit leads 4-0.
How knowledgeable are you about the Michigan Lottery game Keno? Take this simple Keno quiz and find out. Question 1. Keno's top prize is a secret. $250,000 guaranteed cash. The Starship Enterprise. Question 2. Win $250,000 playing Keno and you will never see the money. Receive it in returnable pop bottles. Get $250,000 in cold hard cash. Question 3. Your chance to win $250,000 playing Keno happens when it happens. Every hour on the hour. Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, how'd you do? If you knew Keno's top prize is $250,000 paid in cash and drawings take place 4 days a week, congratulations! You are now ready to visit the Dean of Keno Learning, your Lotto retailer. If not, well, see him anyway and ask about tutoring.
From an instant ticket to $250,000, Keno has had over 4.5 million winners across Michigan, including over 2.5 million winners here in the Metro Detroit area.
Tiger Baseball on WJR is being brought to you by the Michigan Lottery, Harry Drugs, the Herb Lumber Company, Napa Auto Parts Stores, ABC Warehouse, and by Tuffy Service Centers. Stay tuned for more Tiger action on the flagship station for Tiger Baseball, 760 WJR.
It's Farmer Jack's savings time. Time to save on new crop Washington State Granny Smith Golden or Red Delicious apples, just 59 cents a pound at Farmer Jack.
Michigan's source for afternoon information is the WJR News Center, 4 to 6:15 on Radio 760.
Here come the Tigers to bat in the 4th inning. They've got a 4-0 lead over the Red Sox. Let's all have fun by tuning in on Paul Carey.
Ernie, thank you. Skeeter Barnes will lead off the Tiger 4th. Tigers with those 4 runs in the first inning. Jumping out to an early lead. Left-hander Morton Reddy pitches. There's a foul hit to right field into the stands. 1 strike on Skeeter. Skeeter flied to center his first time up. He had a couple of hits in the second game of the series. Last night he had a single and a double and scored a couple of runs. There's a hard smash, 1-hop dropped by Cooper. He picks it up, fires over to first, and Barnes is out by a step. That ball was hit so sharply that Cooper muffed it the first time and still had plenty of time to recover and double pump and get Barnes at first base. Well, there's 1 up and 1 away. The batter now, Andy Allenson. Allenson bounced out to third, his only time up. Mickey Tettleton getting a rest for the second straight game. Here's the kick, the pitch by Morton, and that's over below, ball 1. 4 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Tigers. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for Boston. That 1 error made all 4 Tiger runs in the first inning unearned off Morton. He pitches, and that's in for a strike on Allenson. They've sure got a wild second game at Comiskey Park in that doubleheader between the Twins and White Sox. White Sox won the opener 3-2 in 10 innings. But in the second game, they're in the 9th inning, 12-9, Chicago in front. The pitch from Morton, and that caught the inside corner for a strike on Andy. They have hit 7 home runs in that second game between the Twins and the White Sox. Maybe they moved that game over to Wrigley Field where the wind was blowing off. Morton ready pitches. There's a chopper hit down the third base line. It's a fair ball bouncing over the bag. Throw to first. Allenson is up. That one's right off his fist. Might have broken his bat on it. And it corkscrewed down the line, went right over the bag, declared a fair ball, and Allenson is out. Now here comes Johnny Paredes. Paredes got a bunt hit his first time up. Bunted to the first base side of the mound, and Jody Reed racing in, made a good play, but just not quite in time to get Paredes. 2 out, nobody on. The pitch from Morton, and the high one, ball 1. He rocks back. Morton does, delivers. There's a ground ball to right field, a base hit for Paredes. Oh, he's on with a 2-out single. And the batter will be Milt Kyler. Well, the Yankees came up with 5 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They lead Baltimore now 6-1. Orioles are completing a series in New York before they head back home to take on the Tigers in the final 3-game series of the year, starting tomorrow night in Baltimore. Kyler at the plate. 0 for 2 for Milt. Morton delivers, and the breaking ball is in for a strike. Paredes on with a 2-out single. The look to first by Morton. Pretty good lead for Paredes. Here's the pitch. And it's bunted toward third. Fielded by Cooper. His throw is not in time. It's a bunt hit for Kyler. Despite his ailments, stopping at second, Paredes. And the Tigers get 2 men on with 2 out, and Tony Phillips will be up. Oh, Kyler getting better and better when he squares the bunt, either toward third or first. That time he kind of popped it in the air a little bit, but it hit the grass, and Cooper not playing in real tight with 2 out, that runner at first base. Got the throw to first, not in time, and Kyler gets a mud hit. Oh, runners at first and second. And the batter now Phillips, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Tony safe on an error by Cooper in the first inning. Throwing error is he takes one inside for ball 1. Red Sox have Dennis Lamp warming in the bullpen. Luis Rivera trying to get in behind Paredes down at second base, trying to keep him close. Jody Reed pinches in. There's a bouncer foul over into the Tiger dugout. A ball and a strike on Phillips. All the action in the majors tonight in the American League. Got a couple of big series coming up for the final weekend in the National League West. Atlanta hosting Houston, and the Dodgers play the Giants in San Francisco. And they're dead even for first place, the Dodgers and Braves. High and outside to Phillips. 2-1 on Tony. '23-year-old left-hander Kevin Morton turned 23 after coming up mid-season to the Red Sox. Here's his set. And the pitch. There's a hard smash foul down the left field line, hitting the stands where they jut out near the line. Left fielder Plantier will have to take care of that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Phillips. A lot of angles in this little ballpark here at Back Bay. That is its charm, though, its configuration. The pitch from Morton. There's a liner foul into the stands and left. Hit it pretty well, but got in front a little too much. Count remains 2-2 on Tony. 2 out with 2 on. Down each line, there is not much foul territory, particularly down the left field side beyond the visitors' dugout. The wall juts right out to the foul line. There's a little bit less of an acute angle down the right field side beyond the home dugout. Two on, 2 men out. The look to second by Morton. He holds and delivers. Phillips cuts and misses. Struck him out. And that's all for the Tigers. The Tigers have no runs. They had a couple of hits, no errors, and 2 men are left. After 3.5 innings, Detroit 4, Boston nothing.
Now, a WJR Tiger News update. Robert Gates launches counterattack against opponents of his confirmation to head the CIA. In the wake of reports of abuse, there's a move on Capitol Hill to phase out the House of Representatives branch bank. Both sides in the dispute over where the Tigers play ball are lining up allies for their cause. The WJR Weather Center forecast, mostly cloudy, showers and possible thunder showers developing late, low 56 to 59. Right now, clear and 65. Details following Tiger baseball on WJR. Back to Ernie and Paul after these words.
Hey, watch me trip up this lawn boy salesman, son. You know, you can pick up a few tips from your old man.
Yeah, sure, Dad. Good afternoon. Can I help you?
Yes, we're looking for a mower for the 90s. You know, one that can do it all. Not that they even make such a thing.
Oh, they do, sir. It's called the Mulchin' Mow from Lawn Boy.
Just testing him, son.
As a state-of-the-art mulcher, it feeds valuable clippings back into your lawn. But when the grass is too tall and thick to mulch, it converts to a bagging mower. It even shreds or bags leaves for the fall.
Yeah, probably have to be a rocket scientist to convert the thing, eh, boy?
Actually, it converts in seconds. No tools needed.
Like I was saying...
Right, Dad. So, have we got ourselves a deal?
Yes, but I won't pay a thing until April 1992.
No problem.
See, what I tell you, son, got to take control.
Dad?
Yes?
It says no payments till 92 on the sign.
Go do your homework.
Oh.
See the full line of Lawn Boy lawn and garden equipment at Nelson Froland Lawn and Garden on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods and Saxton's Garden Center on West Ann Arbor Trail in Plymouth. And remember, mow now, pay later. No payment on the Lawn Boy mulch and mow till April 1992.
Clifton E. Haley, president of Budget Rent-A-Car and a proud member of the class of '61, congratulates the Detroit College of Law for a century of contributions to the study and practice of law.
76 WJR.
Bill Gullickson set to face the Red Sox here in the bottom of the 4th inning. He got that 4-run lead in the very first inning. He goes to work a little bit on his spikes to get rid of the spikes of some of that clay using a tongue depressor. Jack Clark will lead off the 4th inning for Boston. He drew a walk his first time up. Jack sits safely in 8 straight games. Big right-hander Gullickson into the motion. Here's the pitch. Clark cuts and misses. Strike 1 on Jack. He's had 4 hits and 7 trips in this series. .27 home runs, 85 runs batted in for Clark. Respectable number, certainly. This guy's a good hitter. He calls for time at the plate. That bat he uses, very thin-handled bat, and it looks like a toothpick in his hands down there. Dark-hued bat. The pitch from Gullickson. It's outside. Ball and a strike on Clark. Gullickson delivers high and inside. 1-1, or make that 2-1 now on Clark. I've gotten a note on the ticker tonight that they have named the new ballpark in Baltimore finally, and I don't think Ernie or I are satisfied with what they came up with. It was kind of a compromise, and it's not really one name; it's a couple of names. We'll pass that along to you in a moment. Gullickson pitches, and that's in for a strike. Good-looking slider. The new baseball stadium in Baltimore is going to be known as Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Now, that's a mouthful. It's a compromise between the governor of Maryland and the Orioles owner, Eli Jacobs. There's a check swing by Clark. It's blown away for ball 3. 3-2 on Jack. The governor of Maryland, William Donald Schaefer, had wanted the stadium named Camden Yards after the historic rail yard in which the stadium is being built. And Jacobs, the owner, wanted the facility named Oriole Park, so they called it Oriole Park at Camden Yards. You know nobody's going to say that. Swing and a miss. Park strikes out. That's the third strikeout for Gullickson. We'll bring up Phil Plantier. I'll wager that within a short time it'll be just simply called O's Park.
I think so. Tom Gage said they should have compromised even further and said Babe Ruth Stadium, Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Put them all in there.
Oh, yeah, it is. Orioles Park at Camden Yards near Babe Ruth's birthplace.
Yeah.
There's a ground ball hit to second. Gloved by Paredes. The short toss to Fielder. And Plantier is out. 2 down in the fourth. Gullickson had an uncharacteristic struggle in the first inning with his control. He walked 2 men. But got out of that inning thanks to the great catch in center field by Milt Kyler, leaving 2 runners stranded. 4-0 Tigers lead as the Red Sox bat here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's Brunansky. Tom struck out swinging his first time up. Pitch to Bruno, and he bends away from an inside curve. He's had 2 hits and 8 trips in this series, driven in 1 run. Series all even at a game apiece. The pitch from Gullickson is in for a strike on Bruno. Tigers won the opener here on Tuesday night, 8-5. The Red Sox came back to win last night's game, 5-3. There's a ground ball back to Gullickson. He spears it, trots toward first, flips over to Cecil, and that's all for the Red Sox. 3 up and 3 away. We go to the 5th inning. It's Detroit 4, Red Sox nothing.
Fill her up this fall at Marathon. Fill her up for family fun with favorite foods and fuels. Frugal families flock to Marathon for flavorful frosty foods, for festive fall football forays, and fantastic fall forest foliage frolics. Furthermore, fill her up with fun foods for the aforementioned forays to fend off fitful vanishes. Be forewarned, don't forget fall is fierce. Fend off frantic frozen foibles by filling up with fresh-firing batteries, freezeless antifreeze, friction-free oil, and full-friction snow tires. Finally, forge forward to fill her up with Marathon's famous first-rate fuels, finitely formulated for formidably effective fuel efficiency. Frankly, forego forethought and frequent your favorite Marathon this frenzied fall. Fortuitously fill her up with fuels, filters, and fluids for your future field trips and fun foods and flavors for your frisky family. Feel fortunate forever. Find these full-fledged fantasies in one fascinating fortress. Fly to Marathon and fill her up. It's fabulous.
Every morning, thousands of people set out on a business trip. 29% get a late start. 26% forget something. 4% pack a dirty shirt or 2. Nobody knows business travelers like Holiday Inn. In 800 cities, we'll hold your room, give you a toothbrush, do your laundry, and make you feel better about being away from home. Holiday Inn. Stay with someone you know who really knows you. Call 1-800-HOLIDAY or your travel agent.
Falling leaves, Indian summer, honey-baked brand ham, the smells and tastes of fall. Enjoy these carefree days. Serve ready-to-eat honey-baked brand ham, a delicious fall treat. The Wolverines, the Red Wings, and the Tigers are all here on WJR.
With Ernie Harwell, this is Paul Carey at Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts. The windup of a 3-game series here. The final meeting of the season between the Tigers and the Red Sox. Tigers have won 7. The Red Sox have won 5 of the meetings so far this year. Tigers lead tonight 4-0 in the 5th. Incaviglia takes one low and inside for ball 1. Beat up for the 3rd time, drew a walk in the first inning, fly to center in the 3rd. Travis Fryman got the Tigers on the board with a sacrifice fly in the 1st, and then Rob Deere hit a 3-run homer. There's a swing and a miss by Incaviglia. 1-1 on Pete. Morton nods, has the sign he wants. The left-hander deals, and that's wide. His fastball. 2-1 now on Incaviglia. We're still talking here about that home run 2 nights ago that got up into the second row of the arc lights above the wall in left field. That tremendous putt by Incaviglia. There's ball 3. Well, the first time up in this game, Morton was giving Incaviglia off-speed breaking balls. Not a great deal to swing at, and he drew a walk. Here's the 3-1 pitch. There's a fly ball, a pop-up off first base near the line. Quintana under it, waiting. He's got it. 1 out in the 5th inning. We'll bring up Cecil Fielder. That wild second game in Chicago tied now 12-12 with Chicago batting in the bottom of the 9th inning. Kent Herbeck hit a 2-run homer in a 4-run 9th inning for the Twins to tie that game at 12-12. Here's the pitch, and Fielder hits one up the middle, but right to the second baseman Reed, who's pulled around near second, tossed to first, and Cecil is out 2 away. That'll bring up Travis Fryman. Travis hit a sacrifice fly in the first inning, drew a walk in the 3rd. I want to wish the Detroit Red Wings the best of success in the 1991-92 season. It's underway tonight for them. They're playing the Blackhawks in Chicago in their NHL season opener. There's a pitch a little high for ball 1 on Travis. "4-0, Tigers lead the Red Sox. They're batting in the top of the 5th, 2 out, and nobody on. Morton, the left-hander, deals, and that off-speed pitch is inside. Ball 1. Ball 2 on Travis. 2-0. Milwaukee Brewers got 4 runs in the 5th inning. They lead Cleveland now 4-2 in the bottom of the 5th at Cleveland. There's a strike called on Fryman. 2-1 on Travis. He's batting with 2 out. Base is empty here in the Tiger 5th inning. Morton kicks. Here's his pitch. There's a drive foul into the stands in left field. And leaving the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not much wind here tonight when the game got underway. It was out of the east at 3 miles an hour. Hardly noticeable. 68 degrees at game time. Weatherman had said we'd have a soaker all day today. Well, the rain simply blew out toward the Atlantic. Got a little bit in this area, and that's all. There's a fly ball hit to left field. It's deep. Plantier back on the track, makes the catch, and that retires the side. Tigers go down in order, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Detroit 4, Boston 0.
All right, Bill, where do we stand with security? I don't want to see a face within 200 yards, including the news crews.
The blockades are up and manned. Surrounding buildings clear.
Yeah, now, Bill, if we're going to keep this thing on schedule, we got 2 minutes to demolition. Let's go over it one more time.
All right, the nitro boys are set. My guys triple-checked the fuses, tested the circuits. We've got contacts. All we need is your signal.
Take a last look, gentlemen. 5 weeks of your hard work and planning is about to go up in a cloud of dust.
You don't become a building demolition expert overnight. Like any specialized job, it requires specialized, in-depth training. That's also the whole idea behind Tuffy's National Technical Training Center. Here, your neighborhood Tuffy dealer goes through weeks of intensive training in everything from exhaust and suspension systems to the most sophisticated computerized brake system. You see, at Tuffy, we understand that doing the job right starts with the right training. Tuffy. We do it right, and we do it right away.
Okay, identify this. It's a dying refrigerator. Fortunately, you can get a new Kenmore refrigerator at Sears Brand Central right now. A 20 cubic foot top mount for just $458. Save $41. 20 cubic feet. Maybe you can't put a bed in it, but it'll sure hold a lot of leftovers. And it's all frostless. Sale ends Saturday at Sears Brand Central. The brand you want at the store you trust. Price may vary in Alaska, Hawaii, and Puerto Rico.
Frank Beckman here. This month, get any 91 Cadillac at Suburban Cadillac for $100 below invoice, plus rebates up to $3,000. Also save on new 92s. Suburban Cadillac, 643-0070.
WJR Tiger Baseball.
Bottom of the fifth inning coming up here at Fenway Park. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network. And this is WJR Detroit, where you can now hear Michigan's #1 sports talk show, Sports Wrap, 7 days a week at 6:15. When it comes to sports, you can catch it all right here on 760 WJR. Bottom of the fifth inning here at Fenway Park. It's a 4-0 Tiger lead. The Red Sox coming to bat against Bill Gullickson. And we've gotten word that Minnesota-Chicago second game of the doubleheader has gone into extra innings, tied at 12-12. Here's Scott Cooper leading off the Boston fifth inning, and he takes a strike from Bill Gullickson. Cooper single to left his first time up. He had a triple in last night's game, coming in late for Boggs. It's a high fastball, 1-1 on Cooper. Four runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Tigers. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Red Sox. Little blooper down the left field line. It's a slicing foul and out of the reach of Phillips. One hop off the track and into the stands. Tigers open up their final series of the season tomorrow night in Baltimore. It'll be left-hander Scott Aldred going for Detroit against right-hander Mike Mussina, both rookies. We'll be on the air with a broadcast from Memorial Stadium at 7:10 tomorrow evening. Here's the motion, the pitch by Gullickson. Swung on and fouled off the catcher Allenson. 1-2 on Cooper. Here's the motion by Gullickson. He pitches. Cooper swings and fouls another one up toward the sky view boxes. Well, Tiger players are going to go, if you will, to bat for the Bat Boys. Current Tiger players who make their homes in the offseason in the Detroit area are going to put on an autograph session at Tiger Stadium on Saturday, October 12th. There's a fly ball to left field. Right there is Barnes waiting. Skeeter's got it, and there's one down. That'll bring up John Marzano. We're going to have this autograph session in the clubhouse at Tiger Stadium from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. Saturday, October 12th, in order to generate money for a scholarship fund to aid Tiger Bat Boys. The charge is $25 a person and includes a tour of the Tiger dugout and the home clubhouse where the Tigers will be signing autographs. Dave Bergman, Paul Gibson, Mike Henneman, Alan Trammell, Travis Fryman, Jeff Kaiser, and Darrell Evans have promised to participate, and some other Tiger players may also be added, depending on their schedules. First pitch to Marzano is taken high and away for ball one. One out, nobody on. Here's Gullickson's pitch. There's a ground ball past the mound to Fryman near second. He's got it over to first in time. Marzano is out. 2 down. Gullickson has retired the last 10 men he's faced. The batter now, Rivera. Incidentally, that autograph session, the folks attending that session will be entering the stadium, not at Michigan and Trumbull, but around to the other side of the stadium, off Cochran, on Cochran Street, between Michigan and K-Line Drive. There's a strike called on Luis Rivera. They'll go through gate 14. As I understand it, come out through the ramp where the grounds crew usually is located. onto the field, down into the clubhouse, back through the tunnel, take a look at the weight room, and then into the clubhouse. It should be very interesting for fans who've never had the opportunity to see those areas of Tiger Stadium. There's a swing and a foul by Rivera. Two out, bases empty. Rivera bounced into a force his only time up tonight against Gullickson. 4-0, Tigers lead. They got all 4 runs in the first inning. Here's the motion, the pitch. And the fastball just misses high. Ball 1. 1-2 on Rivera. Gullickson ready to work. The pitch to Rivera is a breaking ball, low, 2-2. Red Sox have just 1 hit off Gullickson. That was a second-inning single by Scott Cooper. A couple of other base runners on 2 walks in the first inning. That's been it for them. The pitch from Gullickson. There's a foul back out of play, behind the plate, out of the ballpark. Gullickson trying to become the first American League pitcher with 20 victories here tonight. Tom Glavine of the Atlanta Braves won number 20 for them last night. This is Bill's second attempt at win number 20. With 9 1/3 innings his last time out, hoping to get it. There's another foul out of play between home and first. Up on the roof and back of the park. Two outs, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning, 4-0. The Tigers lead. Rivera giving Gullickson a battle. He's fouling off some good pitches. Here's the pitch from Bill. There's a ground ball to third. Gloved by Phillips. Tony fires across the grass, and that's all for the Red Sox. 3 up and 3 down for the 3rd straight inning. We go to the 6th. It's Detroit 4, Boston 0.
Beer was brought over on the Mayflower and shared on the first Thanksgiving. Enjoyed by Puritans and pirates, it figured prominently throughout our nation's history. Our founding fathers thought highly of beer. In fact, the Continental Congress made it a part of every American soldier's daily ration. Our first president had his own private recipe. Over the next 2 centuries, brewing grew with the country, earning recognition as an important American industry. Today, it's served on the tables of nearly 2/3 of our country's families and enjoyed by 80 million Americans every year. And from the very start, it's always been meant for responsible adults. Beer is a good part of a good life.
Message from Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
I had developed a skin rash, red, itchy. It was very irritating.
Joan Cantwell of Brockton, Massachusetts, is telling us about Gold Bond medicated powder.
The Gold Bond powder has a nice clean feel to it. There's a cooling sensation.
Gold Bond's triple action is the absorbing action of powder, the medicating action of a proven itch fighter, and the drying action of zinc oxide.
I don't use any other powder but Gold Bond.
Try triple action Gold Bond medicated powder. Use only as directed.
Surrounded by wildlife, Golf Elk Ridge, a breathtaking new championship course in Atlanta, Michigan. Call 1-800-626-4355. Sponsored by Honey Baked Ham Company. The Tigers play on Radio 76 WJR.
This one is moving right along after a relatively slow start in that first inning when the Tigers got on the board with 4 runs, 3 of them on a homer by the man who's going to lead off this 6th inning, Rob Deere. 4-0. The Tigers lead the Red Sox. Tigers still have a chance at second place in the American League East, but they trailed Boston by 3 coming into the finale of this series, each club with 3 more games to go. Red Sox stay home, play the Milwaukee Brewers for 3. Tigers go to Baltimore. There's a high pitch to Deere for ball 1. Deere hit number 25 in the first inning. Then in the 3rd, he was called on strikes. And that strikeout enabled the Tigers to set an all-time record in the American League for strikeouts by a team. Ground ball past the mound, hit slowly toward Reed. Reed has it. They toss to first in time to get there. Almost pulled Quintana off the bag at first with his toss. He had too much time. One up and one away. Here's Skeeter Barnes. In that second game of the Twins-Chicago doubleheader, there have been, 8 home runs. 2 by Carlton Fisk. 1 a grand slam. Pasqua, Thomas have also homered for Chicago. Gagne, Leas, Munoz, and Herbeck have homered for Minnesota. First pitch is a ball to Skeeter. And left-hander Morton delivers. There's a line shot foul. He hooked that one into the stands just down the left field line. Don't forget the Dearborn St. Martha's Hall is going to be the site for the monthly card show coming up this Saturday. Dearborn St. Martha's Hall located on Southfield and Oakwood across from the Oakwood Hospital. Pitch low to Skeeter. 1-1 on Barnes. Make it 2-1 on Skeeter. Admission is free Saturday 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and all proceeds go to the St. Martha's Dad's Club programs. Baseball card show. There's a ground ball past Cooper down the left field line. Maybe 2 for Barnes. Skeeter heads for second. And the throw will be up the line. It's a double for Skeeter. That's hit number 6 for the Tigers. Yep. The pitch to him. He swings. There's a drive headed toward the left field corner, but it's hooking foul into the stands. Deep in the left field corner. Reed has bounced to short and hit a pop fly to short center field, in which Milt Kyler made a fine running catch. Reed, Lyons, and Quintana due up here in the 6th. Gullickson's pitch is high and away. 1-1. Boggs will not play anymore this season. Wound up hitting .332 for the year, and undoubtedly, probably won't be the batting champion. Julio Franco at .340 coming into the day's action. Pitch is low. It's ball 2. 2-1 now on Jody Reed. Got quite a race over in the National League, too. Terry Pendleton now a point ahead of Hal Morris in the National League race. Here's the pitch. It's high. Ball 3. 3-1 now on Reed. Gullickson gave up a couple of walks in the first inning, but has been sharp since. He has set down the side in order in each of the last 3 innings. Here's a motion by Gullickson, the 3-1 pitch. There's a high fly ball foul hit deep to left field. Got a lot of that one, but got out in front too far. That'll bring the count full. Gullickson has shown throughout the season an ability to pitch from behind on the count and to pitch with men on base. The 3-2 count on Reed leading off the 6th inning. The pitch from Gullickson. There's a fly ball to center field. Shallow coming on is Kyler. Going out is Paredes. Kyler calls for it, makes the catch. 1 up and 1 away. The batter now, Steve Lyons. William Shea, who played a big role in bringing the National League back to New York in the early 1960s, getting the Mets a franchise, died last night at the age of 84 in his apartment in Manhattan. Shea is the man for whom Shea Stadium is named. There's a line shot caught by Cecil Fielder with a slight leap at first base. Ball hit right on the nose by Lyons, but right to Cecil. 2 out in the 6th. That'll bring up Quintana. Quintana 0 for 2. He has bounced to Gullickson and looks for the called 3rd strike. First pitch is low and away, ball 1. Just 1 hit for the Red Sox, a 2nd inning single by Scott Cooper. Gullickson toes the rubber, looks in to get the sign from Allenson. He works to the plate. And that's in for a strike on Quintana. Quintana hitting .299 coming into the ball game. They say he is on the trading block. And he is available because the Red Sox have Mo Vaughn. Here's the pitch, and there's a fly ball down the right field line. It's slicing over in the corner. It is a fair ball off the wall, bouncing away from Deere. Into second goes Quintana with a double. That did not miss being a cheap home run by very much. Right down the line. In right, it's 309 to the foul pole. The barrier, which is not very high, juts back deeply right away. But if you hit it, if you curl it around the foul pole there, you can hit a home run 310 feet. Quintana is on with a 2-out double, and the batter will be Jack Clark. Gullickson taking a little time now. Checks the runner at second. Here's a pitch to Clark. There's a high fly ball to left field, not deep. Barnes coming in. Skeeter's waiting for it to come down. He's got it, and that retires the side. Well, the Red Sox in the sixth. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left after 6 innings of play. Still, the Tigers 4, Boston nothing.
All right, we're back with more beer talk, and today we're going to try something a little different. Some of you listeners out there want to put my Budweiser knowledge to a test. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to answer as many questions as you can throw at me until our time is up. Ready? Line 1, you're on.
Oh, hi. How long does it take to make Budweiser?
30 days. Line 2, go ahead.
How long has Budweiser been around?
Since 1876. Next caller.
Is Budweiser still Beechwood aged?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Why is it called the king of beers?
Because it is the king of beers. Go ahead, stump me.
Why does Budweiser taste the same everywhere?
Because it's made the same way everywhere. Let's take one more.
What are you wearing right now?
Okay, that's all the time we have. Let's go to a word from our sponsor. Is that last caller still on the line? And that's Beer Talk from Anheuser-Busch St. Louis, Missouri, world's favorite brewer.
Tiger Baseball on WJR is being brought to you by Napa Auto Parts Stores, Tuffy Service Centers, ABC Warehouse, the Herb Lumber Company, Harry Drugs, and by the Michigan Lottery. Stay tuned for more Tiger action on the flagship station for Tiger Baseball, 760 WJR.
It's time to head over to Kroger, where you'll find John Morrell whole boneless pork loins for $1.99 a pound, and they'll slice it free. Kroger, nothing but the best.
Join JP for Focus weekdays at 12:20 on WJR.
Kevin Morton warming up to face the Tigers here in the 7th inning. He has settled down, as has Bill Gullickson. Gullickson showed some wildness in the first inning, walking a pair. Since then, he's allowed just 2 hits. Morton gave up 4 runs in the first inning, all unearned, the result of an error at third by Scott Cooper on a throw. But the 3 of the runs came on a homer by Rob Deere, and it's a 4-0 Tiger lead as they come to bat here in the 7th against the young left-hander. Back for the play-by-play, here's Ernie Harwell.
Thanks, Paul. Here we go. Johnny Paredes leads it off and takes a strike on the outside corner. Paredes has 2 singles and 2 trips. And this has turned into quite a pitching duel between Morton and Gullickson. The left-hander kicks and fires a ground ball to third, gloved by Cooper. He guns it across the diamond to Quintana. There's 1 up and 1 away. Here's the top of the batting order, Milt Kyler, who's had a single for 3. Well, it's fun and games in Chicago. They had quite a game in the opener, that doubleheader. The White Sox got a run of the 10th inning to beat the Twins 3-2, and now they're in the 11th inning of the second game, and they're tied 12-12. The Twins scored 4 times in the 9th inning to tie the game. And Chicago has used 7 pitchers. Here's a strike call. Rick Reed said so. The Twins have used only 4 pitches in that game. Kyler, batting right-handed now, waits on the left-hander Kevin Morton and swings it. It's a fly ball to right. It's slicing, maybe foul. It'll be into the seat. Big blow of this game, Deer's home run with 2 men on.
You know that Tom Kelly would have preferred to have some 9-inning games, no extra inning games. He's trying to get his staff ready. Doubleheader, now he's got to play Toronto for 3 games this weekend.
Well, I think that Toronto game will just be sort of a informal kind of almost like an inter-squad game between those two.
I think so, too.
They won't reveal anything.
No, but you still got to have some arms out there to go 9 innings.
Got to set up his pitching rotation. Morris pitching today in the first game. That means he'll start the playoff series, and Tappaty will pitch in the second game. Kyler swings and misses, and he's a strikeout victim. So there are 2 up and 2 down in the Tigers' 7th, and here comes Tony Phillips. Tony reached on an error by Cooper in the first inning, a very important play because that sort of opened the gates for that 4-run first inning. He hit into a force out to shortstop in the second, and he struck out swinging in the 4th inning. Morton, the young man from Connecticut, deals, and his pitch is in too close. Outfield is straight up and bunching toward the middle on Tony. Final meeting of the year between these two teams. Well, the Bostons and the Detroits have played a lot of games in their history. There's a line drive to left for a hit. Phillips comes up with a single to left field to keep the Tigers alive in the 7th and bring up Encavilla. Encavilla walked in the first, scored a run, fly to center in the 3rd, popped to the first baseman in the 5th inning. And Dennis Lamp has started to heat up again in the Boston bullpen. I asked Joe Morgan about the playoff series, and he said he didn't really have a preference as to who might win it. Here's the pitch on the way. It's a breaking ball low. One of the interesting facets will be that it will be indoors all the way. Both teams are very accustomed to the artificial turf. It won't be any problem about that. Here's the set, the pitch, and Inky takes a slow curve. It comes in high. 2-0, the count on him. Tigers lead 4-0. They're batting in the 7th. Paredes is the only Tiger with 2 hits. And the Tigers without hits are Encavilla, Fryman, and the catcher Allenson. Kevin Morton stepping off the slab for a moment. Now he's got to look for another sign. They've got the first baseman, Quintana, holding on the bag with Phillips. Tony, a threat to run. He doesn't go on this one, and it is a breaking ball low, 3-0. Scott Aldred and Mike Mussina will be the pitching rivals in the first game in Baltimore. That's the night game. And then there'll be 2 day games down there at Memorial Stadium. 4 runs, 7 hits for Detroit, no runs, and 2 hits for Boston. Left-hander ready, pitches. There's a line shot, base hit down in the left field corner. Karam's in the corner. Plantier fields it, fires it back into the diamond. It'll be a double for Encavilla, and Phillips stops at 3rd. Well, the Tigers are kicking up their heels here in the 7th inning. With 2 out, they've got a threat going, and here comes Cecil Fielder. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is a Detroit Tiger baseball network. Now, this is WJR Detroit, the home of Michigan's #1 radio news team. If it happens in Detroit or anywhere in the world, you'll hear the whole story, not just the headlines on 760 WJR. Fielder at the plate, and he will be given an intentional pass. Morton almost threw that one away. It was a slow one. And over the head of Marzano, he had to go back and reach up and get it with his mitt. So Fielder is being passed on purpose. The Red Sox preferring to pitch to Fryman with the bases loaded. This will be the third walk issued by Morton. Gullickson walked 2 in the first inning, and he's not issued a pass since then. Here comes Fryman, and here comes Joe Morgan. That may mean that we're going to see Dennis Lamp. He's given the sign for Dennis to come on now and take over for young Kevin Morton. Morton pitched a good, strong game. Couple of hits with 2 out in the 7th inning. And now we'll see the new pitcher Dennis Lamp come in, the veteran right-hander who worked in the game last night. Tigers have him loaded in the 7th inning with 2 down, and the score, Detroit 4 and Boston nothing.
Interesting scenario last evening. Lamp was warming in the bullpen, and Joe Morgan came out of the dugout. Lamp headed toward the mound. He opened up the gate, walking in with his jacket, and turned out Joe noticed him coming in, and Joe had no ideas of changing pitchers at the moment. He was going to hang in with Hesketh, and Lamp had misunderstood what the call had indicated out to the bullpen. Joe had Bill Fisher call the bullpen and say, if such and such happened, Lamp is coming in. Well, he misunderstood something out there, and he came in by himself. The umpires had not made the call, so Dennis had to turn around and go back to the bullpen. And eventually he did come on and relieve Hesketh and faced one man in the game last evening and gave up a single to Travis Fryman, the man he's going to be facing right now with the bases loaded. Phillips singled with 2 out, took third on the double by Pete Incaviglia in the left field corner, and then Fielder gets the intentional pass to load the bases. Morton settled down after that shaky first inning. He winds up going 6 2/3 innings here tonight, charged with 4 runs, all of them unearned. He leaves having given up 8 hits. He walked 3 and struck out 4 while he was in there. Now the old Tiger nemesis, Dennis Lamp, tunes up to take on Detroit here and take on Travis Fryman with the bases loaded. Well, they added another pitcher to that role in Chicago, as Patterson has come on in relief, and he becomes the 8th Chicago pitcher in the second game of that doubleheader. And they managed to get the Twins out on the top of the 11th inning. They're batting in the bottom of the 11th. It's the Twins 12 and the White Sox 12 after going 10 innings in the opener. At Cleveland, 7th inning, and the Brewers lead the Indians 4-3. Jamie Navarro all the way for the Brewers. Bottom of the 6th inning in New York, Yankees have a 9-3 lead over Baltimore. Lamp set to go. Ernie?
Travis Fryman officially is 0 for 1 in this game. He had a sacrifice fly to get a run in the first inning. He walked in the 3rd, and he flied to left field in the 5th. So he's 0 for 1. The bases are loaded. The Tigers have a chance to really break it open now. They've got a 4-0 lead. And 2 men down with Lamp ready to go to work. And the right-hander kicks and deals. It's a ball outside. That one was blowing away a fastball to Travis. He'll be followed by Rob Deere. We're in the middle part of the Tiger batting order here in the 7th. Infielders are all deep. The outfield a little bit to right on the Fryman. And he swings and misses on an inside fastball. 1-1. This series is even. The Tigers won the opener. Boston won last night. Now the runner's edging off. Here's the set by the reliever. The pitch is on the way. Tapped one toward third. Ball came down and hit him on the foot. It'll be a foul ball. And he's hobbling behind the home plate area. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Travis Fryman. No games in the National League. They're just sitting idle and waiting for the final 3 for the 2 contenders in the West. The only race that is still in contention. The Dodgers and the Braves going down the stretch. Here's the set now, the pitch. A wide one, and the count is 2-2. Rosano had to go get that one far to his right. Morton went 6 2/3 innings. He's allowed 4 runs and leaves 3 runners on the bases. Lamp goes to the set position, has his sign, 2-2 pitch. Swing at a miss. He got him on the sinker, and the Tigers keep the lead. Going to the last half of the seventh, 4-0.
If you're an A1 Transmissions customer, or even if you're not yet a customer, you're going to want to listen to this. Congratulations. Pat yourself on the back. You just got a bonus. A1 Transmissions, Michigan's largest transmission specialist, has just joined with Cottman Transmissions, one of the nation's largest. So what does that mean to you? How about national lifetime warranty protection? How about 160 transmission centers in 20 states and Canada? How about full warranty repairs in any of those centers if you have a transmission problem, like while you're traveling? Now the best is even better. It's a perfect marriage. The folks at Cottman have been doing business for over 30 years, and rules like fairness, quality workmanship, and integrity have always been as important to them as to Frank Gallucci, president of A1. A1 Transmissions and Cottman. Join together to serve you better. And remember, you can stop transmission problems before they start with a transmission tune-up for only $19.95.
For a limited time, you can get free Rawlings baseball equipment, like bats, gloves, and tote bags, when you buy Ortho lawn and garden products, like Weed Be Gone, Rapid Grow, and Ortho Floor. It's easy. All you have to do is send your proof of purchase. Then we'll send you Rawlings baseball equipment. So don't get left out. Hustle down to your local Ortho dealer and get the details today.
A variety of challenges awaits you at the new Elk Ridge Golf Course in Atlanta, Michigan. Call 1-800-626-4355. Sponsored by Honey Baked Ham Company.
The Tigers play on WJR.
Mr. Gullickson on the approach to his 20th victory. He's won 19 and lost 9. He's pitching now in the 7th, and he has a 4-0 Tiger lead, with the Red Sox sending up Plantier, Bernansky, and Cooper in their 7th inning against him. Plantier, the left-handed batting outfielder, ended the first inning with a fly to center, and he was the second out in the 4th inning, bouncing to second. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Gullickson trying to get some clay out of his spikes before he begins to go to work here in the last half of the 7th. He's walked 2, both in the first inning. He's fanned 3. Now the sturdy right-hander goes into action and pitches. There's a little roller that's going toward first base, and it is a fair ball, and the throw to first not in time. Rick Reed ran down the line, and it looked as if he was going to call it foul, and all of a sudden he called it fair.
Yeah.
And the grounder was beaten out by Plantier. He's got an infield hit.
I think if Bill had not picked that ball up, it would have been a foul ball, just another foot or so.
It hugged the line. He topped it, and it hugged the line, and he's probably right. I guess maybe he felt like he didn't want to take a chance.
Yep.
It'll be a single.
Yeah, he picked it up on the line.
A man on, nobody down. Bernansky at the plate. The Tigers lead the Red Sox 4-0. That is the 3rd hit for Boston. Gullickson sets and deals, and there's a drive to left. It's deep and up against the wall. To the ball, here comes the Plantier to third, on to second. Goes Bernansky, and the Red Sox are acting up now in the 7th inning. They've got 2 men on. It's second and third, and nobody out. Scott Cooper, the infielder, comes up now, left-hand batter at the plate. Cooper singled in the 2nd. That was the first Boston hit. He hit a fly ball to left in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 2 for the night. Bernansky on 2nd with his 24th double of the year. Plantier at 3rd. The Tigers are going to play their infield back. They've got a 4-0 lead in the 7th. Now Gullickson sets and deals, and the hook is a strike call. Outfield straight up, maybe a little bit to right. The infield very, very deep on this left-hand batter. This is the best threat that the Red Sox have mounted. Here's the pitch, and he is spun away with an inside fastball. He loses his helmet as he moves out of the way of that inside pitch. One and one, the count now on Cooper. Slowly getting back into the batter's box. Gullickson to the stretch at the mound. He pitches. Here's a foul out of play up toward the press box. One and two, the count on him. Four runs, 8 hits for the Tigers. No runs, 4 hits for the Red Sox. In the last half of the seventh at Fenway. Gullickson is ready. He pitches. Cooper swings and fouls it away. Just thought of a defensive swing on that when he reached out on an outside fastball. And the count is still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gullickson sets and pitches. Cooper swings, line drive, base hit. Right center field. That will score 2 runs. Plantier comes in. Bernanke comes home and scores easily, and holding with a long single to score 2 is Scott Cooper. And the Tiger lead has been cut in half. It is now 4-2 in the seventh. 3 straight hits off Gullickson. Marzano will not bat. It will be Mo Vaughn, the big left-hand hitter, to substitute for him. Vaughn was a starter in the last night's game and had a single. He was a pinch hitter in the first game of the series and fly to right his only time at bat. Vaughn batting .262, 4 home runs and 32 runs batted in. A man on, nobody down. 4-2. The Tigers in the lead in the seventh. And he takes a strike right through the heart of the plate. Yeah, reminds you a little bit of a left-hand batting George Scott up there at the plate. Maybe not quite as tall as George. Here's the set now. The strike one pitch. Swung on the ground ball up the middle. Knocked down by Paredes. He can't make the play. Everybody's safe. A hard ground smash up the middle. Paredes went to his right. Got his hands on it but couldn't hold on. And that, I would say, would have to be a hit. Two men on, nobody down. Here comes Billy Muffet. And all of a sudden, the Red Sox, who had been kept in check, have risen here and had 4 straight hits off Gullickson. Single by Plantier, double by Bernanke, then a 2-run single by Cooper. And Vaughn, batting for Marzano, follows with an infield hit. Muffet at the mound concludes his conference. And we're going to get Housey, the one-time Tiger Poppy, the little speech, to come in and run at first base for Vaughn. Gleaton and Gatler are throwing in the Tiger bullpen. Luis Rivera at the plate. They're looking for the bunt now with the tying runs on the bases. Right-hand batting infielder Rivera facing Gullickson. Set by Bill. He pitches as a bunt toward first, fielded by Fielder. He will throw to Paredes at first base for the out. The runners move up on the sacrifice bunt to third and to second. One down, and they go to the top of the batting order for Boston, Jody Reed, for his 4th trip. Jody's 0 for 3. Bounced to short, flied twice to center. The Tigers still keep their infield back at this stage. Now, the tying run is that man at second base. Housey, here's the pitch, and Jody looks at a fastball high. Four to 2, Detroit leads Boston. Gullickson ready, delivers. It's a ball high, 2-0. Milwaukee leads Cleveland in Cleveland tonight, 9-3 in the last half of the 7th inning. He takes a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. At Yankee Stadium, the Yankees have a 9-3 lead over Baltimore in the last half of the 7th. And that second game at Chicago, Minnesota 12, Chicago 12, last half of the 11th. Jody Reed waiting, and Jody swings, and it's a foul. It'll be out of play, back of the plate. Allenson digging, but he won't get this one. 2-2, that's the count. Reed is in the leadoff spot this evening. He's taken his time about getting back in there. Now the set by Gullickson, the 2-2 pitch to Reed. He swings it at the ground ball to short. Fryman will go to first base. The fielder, the batter Reed, is out. The run scores. And on to third goes the second runner, Housey. That cuts the Tiger lead to 1 run, 4-3. RBI for Jody Reed on the bounce out to Fryman. And Lyons will be the batter with a man at third and 2 down. Four runs, 8 hits for Detroit, 3 runs and 6 hits for the Red Sox. They've rallied for 3 here in the 7th inning. Now here's Gullickson setting and pitching, and there's a bunt toward first base. It'll roll foul. Bunting for the base hit, and he had a pretty good one, but he pulled it foul. The bunt is a very effective weapon. And Ty Cobb used to say, even when it doesn't work, you've still made the pitcher work. You got to get him off the mound, and sometimes the pitcher will do that, get flustered, mess up the bunt some way. And it takes a little extra energy out of him. Makes him start thinking a little bit. And all kind of ramifications. Housey down the line a little bit from third. Now Lyons at the plate with strike 1 on him. Set by Bill. He pitches. It's a ball outside. A 1-1 on Steve Lyons. Well, the Red Sox have scored 3 times, and they have made it close now. 4-3 Detroit. Waiting on the 1-1 pitch. He swings and misses. That one toward the outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Steve Lyons. Phillips backs up a little bit with 2 strikes on the hitter. Gullickson to the set position, pitches. Outside. High and wide, a fastball, 2-2. Rousey down the line just a little ways, keeping his eye on that pitcher, Gullickson. Gullickson deals in too close to fastball, full count. Trying to make Lyons go for a not too good pitch. Now the count's gone full. Here's the 3-2 delivery on the way. He swings at the one hop of the fielder. That will end the inning. Cecil makes the play unassisted. And they leave the tying run at third. The score at the end of 7, Detroit 4, Boston 3.
When the Johnsons of 3714 Walnut Street needed help with emergency medical care, we were there. When the Wagners of 435 Main asked about coverage for their son at the University of Oregon, again, we were there. In fact, for over 14 years, Health Plus of Michigan has made health insurance simpler and more convenient for thousands of Michigan families by offering more benefits, more advantages, and better service. That's how we became one of Michigan's largest managed health care systems. Take it from the Johnsons, the Wagners, or even the Kinsellas and Scarfettis. There's no better way to manage your family's health than through Health Plus. And now we also provide more opportunities to join. Many Michigan employees from large and small companies can choose Health Plus as their health plan. Call now and find out how your family can join the Health Plus family. In the Detroit area, 1-800-848-4844. Or in Flint, Saginaw Bay City areas, 1-800-332-9161. Health Plus, one family helping another.
A business update from Pip Printing. Of the 23 million business presentations given daily, studies show that those using computer-generated graphics are 43% more persuasive. So if you want to make your point, make a point of going to Pip. Our Look Smart desktop publishing transforms even the simplest ideas into dramatic business communications. Eye-catching type styles and exciting graphics can make your presentation truly persuasive. Pip Printing, the best business printer in the business.
Whenever you see an ad for any new car, think about the new 92 Olds 88, because it's all new and already at your Oldsmobile dealer showroom.
How does Detroit spell great sports? WJR.
Tigers batting in the 8th. They lead here in Boston 4-3. They have led 4-0 from the first inning until the 7th. And Boston came up with 3 and left the man at third in their last half of the 7th inning. Rob Deere will lead off against the right-handed Dennis Lamp, who came on in relief in the 7th inning. And Rob takes a Lamp slider over for a strike. Morton started and allowed the 4 runs. Lamp is pitched to one man, the Fryman, and struck him out. Struck him out for the bases loaded. There's a ball in too close. Well, the folks who call themselves the Motown fans in Section 26 sending greetings back to Lansing. Deere homered with 2 men on in the first inning. Takes a low one, 2-1. That was his 25th home run. And that's the big blow of the game. Eighth inning, Tigers lead by a run, 4-3. Here's the pitch. Swing and a high foul lifted toward right field. It may be out of play. Yep, it will reach the seats. About 4 rows from the field. Two-two. That's the count on Deere. They've completed 11 innings in that second game at Comiskey Park. The Twins and the White Sox are still tied 12-12. White Sox beat them in the first game 3-2. Outside to Deere, that's a wide one to make it 3-2. Dennis Lamp working in relief. Now rots into action and pitches. It's a ball. He walked him. Skeeter Barnes will be the batter. I want to invite you folks on that tour that Jim Northrup and I and our wives are going on, sailing on the Meridian, sailing from Fort Lauderdale the middle of February 15th through the 22nd. A lot of Tiger fans will be there, and there'll be a great deal of baseball talk on the high seas. If you're interested, you can call this phone number. It's a 313 number, 360-4940. 360-4940. They're looking for the bunt from Skeeter. He bunts it. Off the mound comes Lamp. He fields the ball, fires it back to Quintana, who got on first base. And the sacrifice gets Deere into second. Now Tattleton batting for Allenson. Mickey batting left-handed against the right-hand pitching of Dennis Lamp. Tattleton hitting .259. Not too much difference in his average from either side. .241 right, .264 left. And he's hit 22 of his 30 home runs from the left side. That is about 3 times more from the left than he has from the right. Swing, there's a little looper. Center fielder got a run in. Here comes Deere rounding third. He will come home, and Tattleton, the pinch hitter, delivers an RBI single. Tigers lead it 5-3. And Lou Whitaker will bat for Parady. Well, that was a sinker that Tattleton got down to reach and managed to slap into center field for an RBI single. Here's Lou Whitaker batting .281, 22 homers for him and 77 RBIs. They'll keep the infield in double play depth now against Lou. I don't think we got the attendance yet, did we?
No.
They usually put it up on the board here before we get it. Let the fans do some of their guessing about the attendance. Lamp deals, and Whitaker takes the ball low. Tigers have increased their lead. They're ahead now 5-3. Fastball over, but it is low, 2-0 on Lou. Here's the pitch. Whitaker looks at a strike and got the inside corner. Lou does not wear batting gloves. That's sort of a rarity now. All the players wear gloves when they come to bat. Some wear one, some wear two. He swings and slices a foul. It'll be back toward the seats and well out of play in left field. A lot of them wear sweatbands. Lou's got a sweatband on each wrist.
You'll notice the picture on the scoreboard. He's wearing batting gloves in that picture.
Yeah, you're right. That's a still picture. We don't know when they took it. There's a drive to right. It's hooking. It'll be foul in the seat. Five runs, 9 hits for Detroit. Boston has 3 runs, 6 hits. We're in the 8th inning here at Fenway Park in Back Bay. And it is 10 o'clock. In old Boston town. Now the set, the pitch. He takes the fastball inside. Just checked his swing. We'll stick in that station break in a moment. Lou waiting on the 3-2 pitch. Where it goes, there's a foul right. That's Paul's brief at the station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network. WJR Detroit, the flagship station for Michigan football and basketball. as well as Tiger Baseball and Red Wings Hockey. The leader for sports in Michigan is 760 WJR. Still a 3-2 count on Whitaker. 5-3 Tiger lead, 8th inning. A man on and the man out. Runner goes, ground ball hit up the middle. It'll be a hit-and-run single, racing around second now and heading for third. Here's Kettleton, and he makes it easily on the single by the pinch hitter. Now, the Tiger pinch hitters have come in with back-to-back hits. That's going to be off and into slap. Joe Morgan, the Boston manager, emerging from the dugout and making his presence felt now out in the middle of the diamond. This is Tony Fassos coming in, I believe. The left-handed that saw action in the game last night. And he'll come into the game in the 8th inning with 2 men on, and the Tigers on top 5-3.
Well, Tony Fassos had come on in the game last evening and wound up finishing it off for the Red Sox. Jeff Reardon has this little knot in the neck. It's not so little, and it's caused him problems in recent days, and he's been unable to pitch. So Fassos came in as the closer and wound up with his first save, working 1 inning. The 9th inning last night, giving up a double and a walk, but he left 2 men on base and finished it off for the Red Sox in their 8-5 win. I beg your pardon, in their 5-3 victory over the Tigers. Fassos also pitched in the first game of the series and finished that one off. The Tigers winning that one 8-5. Well, the Twins did not score in the top of the 12th inning, and it's still a 12-12 ball game. At New York, the Orioles are starting to come back. In the 8th inning, Tim Hewlett has hit a 3-run homer, and that's cut the Yankee lead to 9-6 at that point. And the Yankees now batting in the bottom of the 8th inning. They're in the 9th inning in Cleveland, and the Milwaukee Brewers have a 9-3 lead over the Indians. Indians set a club record for defeats last evening, 103, and they're going to extend that record here tonight, it would appear. Now Tony Fassos tunes up to take over for Dennis Lamp. Lamp got the final out in the 7th inning. He struck out Travis Fryman with the bases loaded, did his job in that inning. But here in the 8th, he's had a little bit of a struggle. He walked Rob Deere. Then Skeeter Barnes sacrificed Deere to second. Pinch hitter Mickey Tettleton blooped a single to center field, driving in Deere to add to the Tiger lead. Then pinch hitter Lou Whitaker comes up with a hit-and-run single to center. Tigers with runners at first and third, 1 out. Milt Kyler due up, a switch hitter, and Joe Morgan goes to his bullpen again to call on Tony Fassos. So Lamp went 2/3 of an inning in relief of the starter Kevin Morgan.
Going to be Petrie coming on to pitch against his old team, the Tigers. Peaches moving in now to pitch to Incaviglia. Tigers have picked up a couple here now. They've upped their lead to 3 runs. They lead it 6-3.
Well, Dan Petrie comes on again for the Red Sox. And Petrie came into the game on Tuesday, won by the Tigers 8-5, and worked 1 inning and gave up a Tiger run. In fact, he gave up 2 Tiger runs on back-to-back doubles by Dave Bergman and Travis Fryman after issuing a 1-out walk to Mickey Tettleton. Now, Petrie, just the night before, had been very, very instrumental in a Red Sox victory before they came home from Milwaukee, getting that last win in Milwaukee. Petrie, with the Red Sox, is making his 12th appearance, all as a relief pitcher. He's finished off 6 games for them and has 1 save, no wins, no losses for Dan. An earned run average since he's come back to the American League of 3.71. Dan had been in Atlanta after the Tigers dealt him off, and for Victor Rosario. Petrie has he won 2 and lost 3 while with the Tigers earlier, and it appeared in 17 games with Detroit, starting 6 times. And Dan had no saves with the Tigers when he had been used in relief by Detroit. I've gotten word now on that game in Chicago, the 2nd game, in the bottom of the 12th inning. The White Sox wound up winning it when catcher Matt Marullo singled to drive in Joey Korup with the winning run and ending A very, very long day for the Twins and the White Sox. Twins hardly needed that kind of a day. They're just trying to get ready for the playoffs with the Toronto Blue Jays. And they got to meet the Blue Jays the next 3 games. They used everybody in the doubleheader. Morris, Guthrie, Leach, Wayne, Aguilera in the opener. Tapani, Willis, Bedrosian, Wayne again, Leach again in the second game. And all to no avail as the Twins lost both ends of that doubleheader to the White Sox. Well, Petrie is all set to go, Ernie.
Dan will be dealing him into Incaviglia here with 2 men on and 2 men out of the Tigers in the lead by 6-3. A walk, a fly to center, pop up the first, and a double representing Incaviglia's efforts at the plate tonight. 2 out, 2 on. The Tigers have scored a couple. Petrie is the 4th Boston pitcher. Now the veteran right-hander takes his set and pitches. Here's a fastball high, ball 1. Petrie, over the years, a great slider pitcher. He's had one of the best sliders in the business. They've got the infield deep. Incaviglia is standing way back in that batter's box. Here's the 1-0 delivery on the way, and he takes high and in under the chin, 2-0. Fryman is the only man in the game right now without a hit. That is on the Tigers side. He's the only one. They've had a total of 11 hits. There's a strike call. Peachy's got a fastball over. Whitaker at second and Phillips at first base. Pete Incaviglia waiting now on the 2-1 delivery. Pete retired of Incaviglia stepping away. Now he wants Pena to come out and talk with him. Conference over. Incaviglia at the plate. Petrie on the mound. Both the runners edge off. Here's the set. Here's the pitch. He takes a high one, ball 3. 3-1 on Incaviglia. Morton, the starter, walked 4. Didn't get him in a whole lot of trouble. One of those walks scored a run in the first inning. Now the 3-1 delivery. Here it comes. He looks at the ball high. That will load the bases with Tigers. And it will load them for Cecil Fielder. Phillips meandering down to second on the Incaviglia walk. Whitaker is now at third. Bases are loaded. The Tigers left them loaded in the 7th inning when Fryman struck out. Lamp came in to get that big strikeout. But now it's Petrie against Cecil Fielder. Fielder with a single in the walk and a couple of bounce outs tonight. Big guy waits and he takes. It's a strike call. That was Petrie's fastball on the inside corner to Cecil. Three men down for the Tigers. They've got 2 runs in. They lead it 6-3. And the fielder swings, and there's a drive to left. It is hooking, and it is long gone. A big blow for Cecil Fielder. A grand slam here in the 8th inning. Disappearing into the Knight here down the line. A hard, high line drive. And the Tigers up their lead to 10-3. And the Fenway fans got a kick out of that one. That will tie him with Canseco now for the Major League lead. Each has 44. Well, that one was hooking, but it was hit so hard it didn't hook a whole lot, did it?
No, sir. It stayed fair and got up into the netting. Big blow, 133 RBIs for Cecil now.
Well, they tell us that that's the first Grand Slam for Cecil this year. Here's Fryman at the plate now. And Petrie delivers a fastball low. 10 runs, 12 hits for Detroit, 3 runs and 6 hits for Boston. Boy, that's getting the runs in a hurry when you hit a Grand Slam. Cecil Fielder hit one out of here. There's a strike called on the Fryman, 1-1 from Petrie. Dan winds and the deal swing and a miss on a slider. Fryman is the 9th Tiger to come into bat here in the 8th inning. It's been a 6-run surge by the Detroiters. Outside from Dan, and the count evens 2-2.
The other coming September 6th by Bell.
Outfield is straight away. That's the voice from the press box. Bresciani, the PR man for Boston, in the background. Struck him out swinging, and the Boston's bat in the 8th. The Tigers lead them 10-3. Some Tiger changes. Bergman replaces Field at first base. Whitaker replaces Paredes at second. Tettleman is the new catcher. He replaces Allenson. And the new pitcher is Dan Gakler, the tall right-hander from Jersey. So Mr. Gullickson leaves the game holding a 7-run lead, 10-3, and it looks as if he's got a good shot at winning number 20. Gakler is appearing in his 29th game. He's had 7 starts. He's won 1 and lost 4. And he'll be pitching to Quintana, Clark, and Plata, the first 3 to face him here in the Boston 8th inning.
Gullickson pitched 7 innings.
Here's a final, and it's from New York. The Yankees held on and beat Baltimore tonight, 9-6. New York 9, the Baltimore 6 at Yankee Stadium. And at Cleveland, the Milwaukee Brewers, with 5 runs in the 7th, trounced the Cleveland Indians 9-3. Gakler taking the shoot-up tosses. The big blow of this game, that grand slam by Cecil Fielder, his 44th home run of the campaign. Cecil now has knocked in 133 runs this year. Here's Quintana to lead it off for Boston. He's bounced to the pitcher, struck out, and had a 2-out double in the 6th inning.
1 run earned.
Carlos waiting. Here it comes, and he takes the ball outside. Gullickson pitched a good steady game. He was roughed up a little bit in the 7th inning, but managed to hold on in that inning. Gakler deals as a line drive, hits him, and bounces over to Whitaker. He picks it up close to Bergman, and there's 1 up and 1 down. The 1-4-3 put out on that one. Here's Jack Clark, the DH. Jack has walked, struck out, and flied to left. He's without a hit tonight. Well, a lot of the Fenway faithful have departed the premises here in Boston. With their heroes behind, the Tigers lead them 10-3. Swing, ground ball, hit to Whitaker's glove side. He grabs it, flips it over to Bergman, 2 down in a hurry, and Plantier will be the batter. He's had 1 for 3, fly to center, bounced to second, and singled. Tigers lead them 10-3. It's the 8th inning. Boston batting bases empty and 2 men out. Yakler fires a fastball. It's low, ball 1. Gullickson went 7, allowed 3 runs and 6 hits. Fastball in around the knees. At 2-0, the count on him. Tigers' final 3 games will be against the Orioles in Baltimore beginning tomorrow night. We hope you join us for those. That 3-game series is a sellout. There's a fly ball at deep to right. Deer going back. This one might be. It's long gone into the bullpen. Plantier hits one into the bullpen for the 4th Boston run. Number 11 for Phil Plantier. He gave that one a pretty good ride. Bernansky with a strikeout, a bounce to the pitch, and a 2-bagger steps up now. Tom looks at a fastball from Gaekler. It's high, ball 1. Tigers in the lead, 10-4. Wind up the pitch. He takes a high fastball, 2-0. Now the tall right-hander goes into action. Fires a fastball low, 3-0 to count on him. They've got Cooper waiting on deck, the rookie third baseman. Ground ball foul down past third. No games on this date in the National League. Everything over in the American League except this one. Chicago won a doubleheader from Minnesota 3-2 and 13-12. Both went extra innings. New York beat Baltimore 9-6. And Milwaukee defeated Cleveland 9-3. For the most part, the games today and tonight have been high scoring. Here's a walk. A fastball high to Bernansky. Puts him on with 2 down. Cooper will be the batter. Left-hand hitting infielder. Now Bergman telling Gaekler that he's not going to play on the bag, not with the Tigers leading by 6. He's going to play off and between the runner and the base. Here's Cooper spreading out, sort of sitting down at the plate, swings at the fly ball to the right. That's deep. Going back is Deer to the wall, and he leaps and can't get it. He hits the wall. The ball bounds back toward the infield. In to score now comes Bernansky. On to third goes the batter Cooper with a 3-bagger. That will make it 10-5 in favor of the Tigers. It's a 3-bagger. Deer almost got to that ball, but he didn't quite negotiate the catch. As he started back toward the bullpen, he reached high. The ball got over his glove, and then he fell and did a little flip, coming back on the warning track. And it was fairly easy for the batter Cooper to make it all the way to third. That ball took a big, long bounce and back toward the infield, was finally chased down by Kyler. Billy Muffet's come out to talk with his pitcher. Cooper had knocked in a couple of runs with a single in the 7th inning, and now gets another RBI. Tony Pena up for the first time, the catcher who came in last inning. Right-hand hitter, there are 2 out. Gaekler got the first 2 batters easily. There's a foul off the mask of the catcher, Tettleton. Tony Pena batting .230. He has been in 138 games now, including this one. 10-5. The Tigers have doubled up the Bostons. The Red Sox have come back to make a dent. They've scored a pair here in the 8th inning. Gaekler trying to get that final out in this inning. Stretches and pitches. There's a foul out of play. He jammed him. And Tony hit it back to the right of the plate. Right-hand batter back in the batter's box against Gaekler. Then at the belt, delivers, and it's a ball high to Pena. Trying to get him to go for a high fastball. He had no part of it. Infielders are all deep. That includes the third baseman, Phillips, who's fairly near the line. Not as close to that line as he would be in a close game. Here's the 1-2 delivery. He swings, hits the ground ball to short. Fryman grubs it. Here's the throw to first to end the inning. Tigers bat in the 9th. They lead it 10-5.
How knowledgeable are you about the Michigan Lottery game Keno? Take this simple Keno quiz and find out. Question 1. Keno's top prize is a secret. $250,000 guaranteed cash. The Starship Enterprise.
Tigers have done it tonight with 2 big innings, 4 runs in the 1st and 6 in the 8th, and each of those innings featured home runs. In the 1st inning, it was a 3-run homer by Deere. The Tigers got 4 when they scored a half a dozen in the 8th inning. 4 of them came on a grand slam by Cecil Fielder. Well, that's getting them in a hurry. 9th inning, Detroit comes to bat. And Deere, who started the 8th inning with a walk, will lead it off in the 9th. He's also had a home run and a strikeout and a bounce out to second base. Facing the former Tiger Dan Petrie. Here's Deere digging in, waiting on Dan, and he deals a strike called on the inside corner. By the way, that home run by Cecil was a Metro 25 dealer home run, and Daniel Dowd of Westland receives a cellular telephone and a free front end alignment. There's a high pop-up back into short left center. Plantier drifting in, makes the catch for the out. Daniel Dowd made that lucky entry at Metro 25 Livonia, one of the Metro 25 dealers. Let's pause here briefly for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network. This is WJR Detroit, the home of Michigan's top-rated morning radio show with J.P. McCarthy. Here are the newsmakers, the winners, and the losers every morning, 6 to 10 on the lead is 760 WJR. Skeeter Barnes at the plate. Right-hand batter waiting on Peaches, and he takes a curve in for a strike. Ten to 5. The Tigers on top in their final meeting with Boston. Barnes looks at a fastball low. They've got the infielders deep on Skeeter. Kettleman will follow him. Skeeter takes an inside fastball. 2-2 the count on the versatile Mr. Barnes. Peachy's ready to go. Pitches again. There's a line drive to right. He just reached out and poked a single to right field. Bernansky comes over and stops it. And now Skeeter going for two to throw, and he is safe. It was a throw to the inside of second base. Skeeter did a fadeaway slide to the outside, and he eluded the tag by Rivera. An extra little bit of hustle gets him to second base. That's his second double tonight. Well, he figured with the ball hit on the glove side, Bernansky running over that way, he wouldn't be in a position to throw, and he figured it right, and then he had a good slide, too, to escape the tag. Here's Tettleton, and he takes the ball. Tettleton had a key hit in the eighth inning, a single, when he was batting for the catcher, Andy Allison. 10-5, Tigers on top, ninth inning, Tettleton at bat. Dan Petrie tried to finish it off now for the Red Sox. Sets and deals, and Tettleton hits a little blooper that'll reach the seats, foul back at third. 1-1 the count on him. Outfield is around the right on the Mickey. They've got the infield very deep. Dan Petrie about ready to deliver. Here it comes. Tettleton swings, ground ball, deep first base. Quintana grabs it, makes the play unassisted. Barnes takes third. He's out. He's down there now with two out. Here comes Whitaker. Luke came in to pitch hit for Paredes in the eighth inning, had a single, and he stayed in to play second base. Ten runs, 13 hits for Detroit. The Red Sox have 5 runs and 8 hits. Lou looks at a slider, low, ball one. The outfield's got to play him to pull a little bit, but not much. Whitaker looks at a ball outside. There's a floater. Petrie has won 2 and lost 3 this year, but he has no won and lost record with the Red Sox. Whitaker takes the ball low. That one in the dirt, 3-0. Petrie picking up his sign. He sets, he pitches. Whitaker looks at a strike on the inside corner. Kyler, the on-deck man for the Tigers. Tiger RBIs, 4 for Fielder, 3 for Deere, 1 apiece for Phillips, Fryman, and Tettleton. That makes a total of 10. The Tigers lead them 10-5 in the ninth inning at Fenway. The pitch is a strike on the inside corner. It's a full count on Whitaker. Petrie making him wait a little bit. Here's the set by Dan. Here's the pitch. Whitaker hits a pop-up back of second. Coming in, Lyons going back, Rivera, and a shortstop Rivera puts it away, so we go to the last half tonight. Tigers on top of Boston at 10-5. Well, the Red Sox coming to bat in the ninth inning. The Tigers lead them 10-5, and the Detroiters will make use of another pitcher, another G-man. It's been Gullickson, Gakler, and now Gleaton. Jerry Don takes over to pitch to Boston in the ninth. Gakler went 1 inning and was touched up for 2 runs and 2 hits. Gleaton has won 3 games and lost 2. He's had 2 saves. This will be his 46th appearance of the year. Ten runs, 13 hits. The Tiger total. They've made no errors. And Boston has 5 runs, 8 hits, and they've made 1 error. Rivera will lead it off for the Red Sox, and then they'll go to the top of the batting order, Jody Reed. Luis Rivera takes a fastball outside, ball 1. Here's a ball inside, and the count is 2-0. Fly ball hit deep to left center field. Kyler drifting back on the warning track makes the catch. And there's 1 long out in the ninth inning. Jody Reed looking for his first hit this evening. Steps up now. Jody's gone 0 for 4. Flied out twice to center. Bounced out twice to shortstop. There's a foul in the seats back at third. Four-run first inning and a 6-run eighth inning, telling the Tigers story tonight. And Gullickson just a few outs away from his 20th victory for the first time in his big league career. There's a ball outside on Jody Reed to count even 1-1. Gleaton deals. There's a fly ball to the left. Barnes cruising under it, puts it away, and they're 2 down. 1 to go. It'll be a Tiger victory. Gleaton trying to get that final out now. We'll have to face a pinch hitter. Zubcic will be batting for Steve Lyons. Bob Zubcic, Z-U-P-C-I-C. M-O-U-S-E. Here's a pitch in too close, ball 1. Zubcic waiting at the plate, swings and fouls it out the mid of Teldon. 1-1 to count on him. Zubcic has been in 16 games. He has 3 hits and 22 trips. 1 home run, 3 RBIs for the rookie. Digs in. Here it comes. He takes it the ball low. Tigers on top, 10-5. They need 1 more out. Gleaton sets and kicks and pitches. There's a pop-up that should end the game. It's back toward the right center. Whitaker backpedals and puts it away, and the Tigers take the series 2 victories to 1 here at Fenway. Final score, Detroit 10, Boston 5.
Right-hander Bill Gullickson became the American League's first 20-game winner here tonight as he pitched the Tigers to a 10-5 victory over the Red Sox. He got some lusty hitting support, 4 runs in the first inning, 3 on a homer by Rob Deere. And then the Tigers added 6 runs in the 8th inning, 4 of them on a grand slam home run by Cecil Fielder, his 44th of the year, giving him 133 RBIs. Gullickson shut out the Red Sox over the first 6 innings, then ran into trouble in the 7th inning and gave up 3 runs on 4 hits. But after the Tigers added to their lead in the top of the 8th inning, Gullickson took a seat for the rest of the night. Bill wound up with his 20th win to go with 9 defeats. He worked 7 innings, allowing 3 runs on 6 hits, walked 2 and struck out 3. Dan Gaekler worked 1 inning, allowed 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk. J.D. Gleaton set down the side in order in the 9th inning. Kevin Morton, the 23-year-old left-hander, started for Boston, went 6 2/3 innings, gave up 4 unearned runs, but took the loss. He is 6-5 of the year. Dennis Lamp, Tony Fossas, and Dan Petrie followed to the mound. Tigers jumping in front in the 1st inning on a sac fly by Travis Fryman, and the 3-run homer by Rob Deere, his 25th of the year. It stayed 4-0 until the 7th when the Red Sox scored 3 times, 2 on a single by Scott Cooper, another in a bounce out by Jody Reed. But the Tigers scored those 6 runs in the 8th inning. First run coming home on an RBI single by Mickey Tettleton, and then Tony Phillips delivered a run with a base hit to center. And after a walk to Pete Incaviglia, Fielder hit his grand slam, his first of this year, his 44th home run of the year, tying him with Jose Canseco for the American League lead. And that proved to be plenty for the Tigers. Red Sox countered with 2 in their half of the 8th on a homer by Phil Plantier, his 11th of the year, and a run-scoring triple by Scott Cooper. Totals in the game for Detroit: 10 runs, 13 hits, no errors. Tigers left 8 on base. For the Red Sox, 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. The Red Sox left 6 men on base. The game took 3 hours and 5 minutes, played before 31,162. Ernie Harwell will be back to comment on tonight's Tiger game in a moment.
The Tigers trademark the home run with the runners on the bases, got him the win tonight, and gives him a 2-1 victory margin in this series, and they have now played their final game at Fenway Park in 1991. The big blow in the 1st inning, a 3-run homer by Rob Deere, and then that grand slam in the 6-run 8th inning by Cecil Fielder, quite enough to give the Tigers the 10-5 win. And Mr. Gullickson, a little bit shaky in the opening inning, settled down in the middle part of the game, and then was roughed up a little bit in the 7th, but had enough to win it, and the Tigers get the victory for him at number 20. Paul Carey has other scores, and he'll be with you after these words.
The Atlanta Braves and the Los Angeles Dodgers are tied for the Western Division lead with 3 games to go. Atlanta closes out its season with 3 games at home against the Houston Astros, while the Dodgers are on the road playing the Giants at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. So you would think that Atlanta has the edge, and perhaps they do. Pittsburgh, meanwhile, is sitting and waiting to find out who they're going to have to meet, and they're just getting more finely tuned. They take on the Montreal Expos in a 3-game series at Three Rivers Stadium over the weekend. The batting race has yet to be decided in that National League, too, and that could really be a gem. Terry Pendleton of Atlanta now at .319. Hal Morris of the Reds at .318. The injured Tony Gwynn out of action, hitting .317. And batting champion Willie McGee in at .315, playing for the Giants. And Howard Johnson got the home run title wrapped up with 38. And the RBI championship is at stake. Hojo with 115. Will Clark of the Giants with 114. Barry Bonds, the most valuable player last year with the Pirates, 113 going into the final 3 games. A look at what's happened this date in the American League after these words.
They can get relief. You see, Eucalyptument's unique formula penetrates fast for deep arthritis pain relief. Its warming ingredient dilates tiny capillaries, increasing blood flow with oxygen and nutrients, and helps relieve pain around the joint. Eucalyptument is so effective, you may find yourself depending on pills less and less. Maybe the discovery of Eucalyptument hasn't made headlines, but when you experience its pain relief, you'll know it's big news. Eucalyptument ointment helps eliminate the pain, and quite possibly the pain relief pill.
Use only as directed. Now on sale with a $2 rebate at participating Arbor drugstores.
The Tigers on WJR.
In the American League, a long day at Comiskey Park where the White Sox and Minnesota Twins had a make-up doubleheader that started this afternoon and finished way into the evening hours. Both games going extra innings, both games won by the White Sox. In the opener, it was 3-2, and in the nightcap, 13-12. In the opener, it went 10 innings, and the victory went to Scott Radinsky, his 5th against 5 defeats. Aguilera took the loss. He is now 4-5. Dan Gladden hit his 6th home run, 3-2-10 in the opener. Second game took forever. Went 12 innings, had 8 home runs. The White Sox used a total, let's see, ran out of space on one column. We had to go down to another one. They used a total of 9 pitchers in that game. And Brian Draymond was on the mound for the win as Chicago won it in the bottom of the 12th inning, 13-12. Draymond now 3-2 with a win. And the loss went to Terry Leach, who's now 1-2. There were 8 home runs hit for Minnesota. Gagne hit his 8th home run. Leas hit number 5. Munoz number 7. And Herbeck hit his 20th. For Chicago, Carlton Fisk had a pair, including a grand slam, giving him 18 home runs for the year. Frank Thomas hit his 32nd, and Dan Pasqua hit number 17. At New York tonight in a single game, the Yankees beat the Baltimore Orioles 9-6. Jeff Johnson, the winner, now 6-11. Ballard took the loss. He is 6-12. A save for Steve Farr, his 23rd of the year. Roberto Kelly hit a 3-run homer, his 20th for the Yankees. Tim Hewlett hit a 3-run homer for Baltimore, his 7th. And at Cleveland, the Milwaukee Brewers beat the Indians 9-3, loss number 104 for the Indians this season. Jamie Navarro, the winner, 15-12. The loss to Greg Swindell, who now stands 9-16. Back for a final word from Boston's Fenway Park after these messages.
Risk Control Plus from Federated Insurance presents Companies at Risk, an historical profile. 1871, Mrs. O'Leary's Cow Cream Company was Chicago's leader in the area of bovine skin care products. The company was an utter success, with profits soaring through the roof. However, an on-the-job accident involving one of Mrs. O'Leary's 4-legged employees.
Tiger Baseball on WJR.
Tigers had 2 big innings here tonight, a 4-run first inning and a 6-run 8th inning as they beat the Boston Red Sox 10-5 to make it 2 out of 3 in the series. 8 out of total of 13 games for the regular season over the Red Sox. Bill Gullickson went 7 innings and picked up his 20th win against 9 losses, becoming the first American League pitcher to win 20 this year. Dan Gaekler and J.D. Gleaton followed him to the mound. Kevin Morton took the loss for Boston. He's now 6-5. A 3-run homer by Rob Deere highlighted a 4-run first inning. It was Deere's 25th home run of the year. And then in a 6-run 8th inning, Cecil Fielder hit a grand slam, his 44th home run, his first grand slam of the year, and that gives him 133 RBIs. Now the Tigers move on to Baltimore to close out the season with a 3-game series against the Orioles. Scott Aldred will go in the opener tomorrow night at Memorial Stadium against right-handed rookie Mike Mussina. Our broadcast coverage from Baltimore to begin at 7:10 tomorrow. That's it for the season from Fenway Park. For our engineer John Flynn and for Ernie Harwell, this is Paul Carey saying so long. Again, the final score: the Detroit Tigers 10, the Boston Red Sox 5.